Hi Angels, it's Emily Martinez, your training coordinator, and I just wanted to give you some tips on how to do an occupied bed change safely. The first part of an occupied bed change is to make sure that you have all of the materials that you will need. Here's an example of some of the materials you might need when doing an occupied bed change. Now that you have all your materials gathered, I want to give you some tips on how to work with your client when doing an occupied bed change. So the first step is you're always going to make sure that it's okay to work with your client. Always address your client by name and ask them if it's okay to do the task that you're trying to perform with them. Second tip is once you're helping your client, you want to make sure that they're comfortable and safe, but you also want to make sure that you're safe. As you can see, the bed right now is not high enough for me. You want the bed to be at least hip level with you so that you're not having to bend over and hurt your back while working with the client. That's better. So now that the bed is at the correct height for me, I'm going to make sure that I'm going to see what my client can do. One of the best ways to have your client help you is to ask them to bridge. Bridging looks like this. So now your client is in a bridged position. This is where their hands and arms are going to be flat on the bed and their knees are going to be slightly bent so that they can help push up their pelvis, like so. That way, you can assist them in getting their depends off. You can assist in possibly pulling a chuck that slipped down from underneath them. There's a lot of benefits to asking your client to bridge. Now, of course, we're not going to ask every client to bridge. Not every client is going to be able to help you. The other safety tip that I'd like to bring up is that your client should be helping you roll to the side. Now, if your client can't help roll them to the side, you'll want to use something like a bed rail right here. If there isn't a bed rail, you're going to roll the client towards you. Never roll the client away from you without a side rail being up. So the way that that's going to look is you're going to grab the client gently by the shoulder and either by the hip or the knee, and you're going to roll the client towards you, making sure that their arm is secure. The other tip I have for you is if you are using a bed rail, they are a great tool to keep the client on their side. I have had to help a client reach for a bed rail before, but once they have it, they can hold on to the bed rail and assist you in holding themselves over on the bed rail so that when doing an occupied bed change, you want to make sure that you are getting them completely clean and dry, and just be patient with your client. We are in home care, which means you have extra time to make sure that you're not hurting your client, and that you are being diligent in getting them clean. We're not in a rush to get to the next client. We can take the time to work with each of our clients, providing them with the excellent care that they deserve. The last tip I have for you is that whenever you have the opportunity to be working with your bedbound client, after you've performed the task at hand, whether that be an occupied bed change or you're doing a bed bath, something like that, it's always an opportunity to make sure that they have enough blankets, to make sure that they're comfortable, maybe they need some extra pillows, and also, water. Offer your client water at every possible opportunity. Our clients, they get dehydrated quickly. It's not uncommon for them not to be drinking enough water. And so use the opportunity to take care of your client all the ways that they need, and not just performing that one task. I hope you guys learned a lot from this video, and I hope that you guys can use some of these tips in working with your bedbound clients.